Hey guys, welcome to the second part of Kabuto Kamentary. Oh man, that's awkward.
Very awkward. That's entirely your fault.
Yes, it was. I literally started the recording as soon as I turned on the computer. I forgot that I had things that started up on it that made noises.
Oh, well, whatever. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So
now people are gonna know I still use Skype.
a lot of people still use Skype. Anyway, so this is Kabuto's episode 21 through 35. It's pretty much the meat of the show, and a lot of the high points. A lot of the high points.
Oh man. There's not much that gets better from here.
Oh, this because of like writing things and stuff.
Oh man,
things shit in the bed.
Things were just things just started to fucking get worse. It was
it's so good. Last time we left off, Tsurugi was Worm and Gatak is about to show up.
Yeah, and then Tsurugi continued to be Worm and Gatak showed up.
Well, I mean,
that's pretty much what happened this entire series of episodes.
No, there is definitely way more than that happened. You can't gloss over the super mode. You can't gloss over Hell Kaiser Yagaruma. You can't gloss over everything about Tsurugi's development. Like, he didn't just stay a worm. Like, he did all that character development stuff. You know, that stuff
they finally got rid of that cardboard cutout too.
Oh yeah, they no. We still have a few more. We still have a few more things. We haven't gotten rid of him totally yet. We still have to go through the whole amnesia storyline. It's still there. It's still gonna come up. We still haven't passed it. I can't believe it happened so late in the show.
Oh man.
Like, we already talked about...
got to the point where other people were using his fucking thing to henshin, too.
Yeah. I forgot how far in that stupid storyline is.
Daisuke continues to do nothing.
And contribute nothing.
To no one. Except for the one person who's only in the show because Daisuke's in the show.
Gon?
Yeah. Because we did technically watch that episode where Gon came back.
Yeah, but that meant nothing.
It means nothing to anybody except for Daisuke.
And Daisuke means nothing to nobody.
Yep. Kagami, since he's gotten Gatak, has been getting like more confident throughout the show because he's got that power to fight. Tsurugi, Tsurugi spent a lot of time in the show for these last 15 episodes. Developing as a character, growing. So one of the plot lines that they have for Tsurugi is that he eliminates worms for Zect because his family is out of money, but he doesn't know it, but Gia does, and Gia's the one that's collecting all the checks and stuff. And Tsurugi, the episode that Daisuke shows back up and Gon comes back is the same set of episodes that Tsurugi finds out that he's poor, and then he needs to start working.
No money.
Yeah. Eventually he whatchamacallit,
he sells, or wait, have we gotten to the part where he sells the thing?
I was about to. It was gonna be like, I feel like I was gonna say something right before that. But anyway, he's just like, he goes out, gets a bunch of odd jobs, and
he becomes a lawman chef.
Yeah. That's like right before everything. Like,
Dawn. No, because
he hires a bunch of people to make a ramen restaurant, but he doesn't know what ramen is, so he hires all the wrong chefs to do it.
That reminds me of the cooking episodes that come later.
Oh man,
just Kagami's dad, the one like American guy puts down like the crazy whatever ramen, doesn't even taste it, just moves it out of the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's some gold in here, but also some like mediocre shit. Lots of mediocre shit.
Yeah,
but there's the special gold episodes. You know those Kamen Rider episodes that have nothing to do with anything but are amazing for all the right/wrong reasons.
The episode when Dawn came back, when they were like, when they there's a scene where they open up one of those morgue shelves, and then they roll out a Daisuke body.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, Daisuke has achieved the pinnacle of his evolution. He's actually a cadaver.
No. See what we were talking about? We were watching it.
Yeah,
is that when they open up the drawer? The next shot when they cut to what's in the drawer.
What they should have done is they should have opened the drawer, not showed you the contents. But like, or as they're opening it, but then pan the camera down, and it's just a T-posing cardboard cutout of Daisuke. And then when they go to close it, they don't bother to actually remove the cardboard cutout from the shelf. So when they close the door, you can just see the cardboard arms just sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's the true form.
Kagami finds out that Tsurugi's a worm, and that he needs the Scizor Zector to kind of keep him being a worm at bay, even though there's no real proof to that, and it's just whatever. I think the idea is that, or Kagami came up with, is that if Tsurugi fights, if Tsurugi continues to fight worms, because Tsurugi said he'll keep fighting worms without the Zector. He says I think the idea is that if Tsurugi keeps fighting the worms without being able to henshin, then it's just he'll just be more prone to the Scorpion Scizor to come out of him, just due to the sake of like he's not as strong, so you need to rely on that power or something.
But he has the mystical blade of Discalibur.
So bright that it's invisible.
It's got the what is it? It's got a name. It's got an actual name. Saber's Excalibur in Fate. Like the whole invisible sword thing. It's got like a name for that. It's like a veil of wind or some bullshit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's and then when he tries cutting a worm, well, obviously nothing happens, but he's just like, oh, it cuts so sharp that even the worm doesn't even know it's cut, and then he gets hit in the face and he gets beaten up. It's hilarious. And then Gia comes in with the actual Discalibur
because he went back and bought it
with the money that they got from
selling the sword.
Yeah, and then he actually kills mookworms with the Discalibur.
Oh my god, it was so amazing. They always save, like, I always keep going like, man, it's too bad none of these people are killing worms, even though they should be able to, because they made all this stuff for them. And then people, like, just at random moments just kill worms without having to henshin, and I'm like, oh my god.
It makes you wonder why Shadow even exists if a fucking ancient
no, it makes me wonder what the fuck they're doing with their fucking law. Like, not why they exist, but what the fuck they're doing if they can't kill worms, but this guy with a fucking sword from the Middle Ages can.
Obviously, Tsurugi stands at the zenith of people who use at swordsmanship. He stands at the zenith of swordsmanship. He's got A rank in swordsmanship. A rank in attack power. But, so the reason he sells the Sword Sector is he sells it to Tendo, and the reason Tendo buys it...
It's because he wants to get rid of all the Zectors, because his sister's a worm.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, they haven't done that reveal yet, but it's a minor reveal at best.
But, wait... His sister being a worm is not a minor reveal. It's kind of a major reveal because she kind of is super...
We find out that Hiyori is fucking Tendo's real sister. Or, well, not even real sister. It's some contrived bullshit.
Alright. So, when they say she's his real sister, what they mean is what happened.
What they mean is, actually, I just have to tell you what happened.
All right. So in Tendo's eyes, she's his sister. Period. But the actual explanation for it is that when Tendo was a kid, worms showed up, mimicked his parents, and killed them. However, his mother was pregnant with a little girl, and the worm who turned into his mom mimicked that and gave birth to a little girl, and that little girl was Hiyori. And then that's why Tendo considers her a sister, because she's a mimicked clone of a fetus inside of the clone of the worm that killed his mother.
Oh man, and then Hiyori finds her real brother.
Yo,
the one that Tendo's gonna murder.
The real brother that Tendo is gonna murder now.
Okay, I don't think they actually revealed it though. Like who he actually is in the fucking. No, they did. Because she takes off the thing before they
teleport away to the next world.
So there's a worm trapped in. There's a worm inside of a cage in Area Z with like that's trapped in its like mimicked form, and Hiyori finds it and lets it out. And when she lets it out, she finds a worm that mimicked Tendo. So for all intents and purposes, this should be her real brother.
Kinda, sorta, technically.
But we all know that the real Tendo is going to murder this one.
Oh yeah, he's a hideous abomination. Doesn't belong in this world.
Yeah,
that's how all monsters should be.
What else happens? Oh yeah, there's some shenanigans going on with Kagami's dad's assistant.
Oh yeah,
he's revealing his hand to be evil, and he's teaming up with worms.
Oh, he was always super evil. I mean, now they're just.
I mean, he was like in the shadows, laughing maniacally, but now he's actually doing evil things.
Yeah, like teaming up with Warmus.
Yeah,
the Requiem of Death, bitch.
His team up leads to him stealing the Hyperzector. Causing space-time anomalies by accident.
Space-time anomalies are very common occurrences these days, I'll have you know.
Oh, man. And Tendo gets the Hyperzector along with a... Oh wait, remember when Tendo wanted Kagami to be the commander of his squad?
Oh yeah.
And he wanted him to be it really bad.
Yeah, so after Tendo gets...
Okay, so you guys know how the entire show, like in the entire show, when Tendo hangs out with Kagami, Tendo always tells Kagami that they're not friends, and he goes on about this all the time.
Yeah, but after Tendo gets the Hyperzector and he's going around collecting the other Zectors because there only needs.
No, he doesn't have the Hyper Zector yet.
He doesn't.
This is right after they find out Hiyori's the worm.
Either way, oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, so Tendo. All right, this is before he's got the Hyper Zector, but he's going around collecting the Zectors. And
to do that,
and oh my god,
to do that, he's joined back up
with Zect. But anyway, so this entire time Tendo has been saying, Kagami, we're not friends. Kagami, we're not friends. And then randomly he's just like, alright, Kagami, because of our past friendship.
He starts an obstacle course, and the first person to get to him, he's gonna consider as his commander. Or his second in command or whatever. And then Kagami and this other person tie for first. And when they get there, when the other person reveals that it's a girl and whatever, he goes, alright, Kagami, since you both made it here at the same time, you're my friend, so I'm willing to let you have my second in command position. And Kagami
is about to walk the fuck away without answering.
Yeah, he's just gonna leave because he doesn't care.
If it wasn't for the fact that Kageyama shows up being a fucking asshole, Kagami would have just left. And I'm pretty sure he just leaves afterwards anyway.
Yeah, Kageyama goes to shoot Tendo, which is what it's justifiable. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter who it was. Anybody could have shot Tendo, and I would have been okay with it. And the other person, the girl, turns out to be like, I don't know, super strong or whatever, and then she like uses some little wires to fucking cut Kageyama's gun.
Well, it's not that she's super strong; she just uses the wires, but whatever.
And then she becomes his second in command. And I like to think that Tendo doesn't want her to be second in command and doesn't.
He's like Kagami, I'm still willing to let you be my second in command.
Oh man,
it's like, please save me,
because she is actually kind of annoying.
Kind of, I think you mean very.
And then they have the bit where Tendo's walking around collecting all the Zectors, and then Kaiser Yaguruma shows up.
Hell, Kaiser Yaguruma. That's right.
And like he's lost his
Kanzen. He's lost his Kanzen Showa.
Yeah, and he henshins into Kickhopper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a couple episodes later, I literally just forgot his name, even though you just said it.
Kageyama.
All
right. So there's a bit more to that, but it's like basically Kageyama is begging Tendo to get back the Zabi Zector because Tendo took the Zabi Zector away from him by whooping his ass, by laying down the smackdown. So he's super butthurt about it, and he's trying to suck up to Tendo. So there's all the shenanigans about him and what's her face trying to be, kiss asses to Tendo because he's their commander. And it's shenanigans all over the place. And then after Kagami goes back and he's just like, hey Tendo, I need you to give this a sword Zector back to Tsurugi so he doesn't go kill himself. Tendo's just like, well, that's not really my problem, because Tendo doesn't know that Tsurugi's a worm, so it's to him.
He goes, it's why would I do that? And then Kagami goes to answer him, but then does it, and he goes, oh, so there is a reason, and then Kagami just leaves.
Yeah, the problem with that is that the Sword Zector was the most diplomatic trading of rider powers ever. He literally goes, Tsurugi, I will give you literal actual money for your Zector. And Tsurugi literally goes, okay, and does it. He literally gets the Zector's weight in yen.
And then...
So there should be no problems here, except for, Tsurugi's a worm, and he's gonna go do things.
And then Tendo does the most skis bag everything and has a little girl steal one for him.
No. She did that on her own. She totally did that on her own.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
He asked her to.
No, he didn't.
And then she wouldn't have brought him the fucking Drake Zector for no reason if he didn't ask for it.
I'm pretty sure she did that on her own. I think she literally said...
This is one of those situations where there is literally no reason for her to do something without being told because she wouldn't have had the idea to do it. She wouldn't have given Tendo the Drake Zector if he didn't ask for it because she never would have just decided to hand it to him.
I think she
for no reason.
No, because she says the line, I took it because I realized if the man who walks the path of heaven says it, then it's probably for a good reason. She admitted that he told her to do it. Well, yeah, he's like,
so
but she did
Tendo
it.
has little girls steal stuff for him. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
But he didn't tell her steal it. He's just like, yeah, I want the Drake Sector. And like, that's it.
It's stealing.
She stole it on her own. He didn't say, hey, steal the Drake Sector for me. He said, I need the Drake Sector. I want to talk to Daisuke so I can get the Drake Sector. So the little girl...
It doesn't change the fact that she stole it and that
she stole it.
He has little girls steal stuff for him.
There's a nuance there. He didn't have her steal it. He just says, hey, I want to talk to Daisuke. I want that.
I like how you're... I find one more thing to harp on it and then you won't let this one slide.
No, hell no. Because he didn't have the
biggest scumbag of Kamen Rider. Has little girls steal for him.
Oh my god.
And then this is what leads to the Kaiser Yaguruma scene where he henshins into Kickhopper, and then we get Kageyama trying to steal back the Zavi sector, and he gets beat up by he gets attacked by Zector and Worms at the same time, and then Yaguruma shows up, saves him, and gives him Punch Hopper.
Gibson out of the Hopper Bros, and it's great. It's I love Kick Hopper so much. It's one of my favorites. It exists in reality. Kick Hopper exists for real. And it's
because Kageyama's a boxer, like he literally needs Punch Hopper because he can't. I bet he can't do a kicking finisher to save his life.
Yeah, he's too used to Raidar Stingu.
Hiyori and her real brother got thrown at the edge of space-time because
she has cancer.
Mishima tried to activate the Hyperzector one time.
No, the actual reason is that the actress has cancer or some other illness that made it very difficult for her to continue filming during certain times. So they had to take the character out of the show for the next 60% of episodes. That is the actual reason. I mean, the story reason's there. The story reason's there. It makes no sense.
I mean, I wasn't bringing it up as like as anything other than it just happened, but
oh, I know. I'm just saying. I'm bringing in that though.
Tsurugi learned about the people's happiness.
Oh yeah. So he after using the Discalibur to murderize Worms, he decides, Gia, I know that if I get money now, I will just spend more of it than I actually have. So first, I must learn how to be a common person. I'm going on a journey to find myself.
He goes on a journey to find the common people's happiness. And this results in him selling his clothes, getting in a giant, oversized, like, elementary school outfit, complete with backpack and recorder.
Yes,
that shopkeeper sold him.
That a shopkeeper just had lying around.
Man. He meets up with Tendo's not little sister, because it turns out it's his cousin and not his little sister.
No, it's like it's because Tendo's adopted or whatever.
Well, they have the same grandma, so.
Well, that's because her grandmother adopted Tendo.
It sounded like they were in the same family still.
From what line? The line where she says, "Oh yeah, at some point my grandmother adopted my brother, but he's my brother now, so it's fine."
No, she says they were cousins. She says the line. I'm not crazy. I don't know. And and then they meet up. She trips and is gonna drop all of her takoyaki, and then he does the thing where he like reaches out and just catches it all.
Because he's, the man who stands at the zenith of catching takoyaki that's fallen from the sky.
And then later she pays him back for it, and then he's like, "That's the," he goes, "That's the common people's happiness. You give thanks for that which you receive," or something like that. And then there's this really creepy scene where he's like, Gia is raking up the yard. And
I think you mean amazing scene, but go on.
And Tsurugi shows up, says like, "Oh, I learned the common people's happiness," and then he gets behind Gia and was helping him rake, and it's like really creepy.
I think it's really sweet. We still haven't really talked about what's her face, the dumb fucking bitch.
She's dumb. She was trained to
not that dumb bitch. The dumb worm bitch.
That one.
Fucking Requiem for a Death bitch.
She's a life-size Chunbinyo.
Yeah, she really likes to tell people that she's going to sing them a requiem of death.
She's gonna murder them all, but then she doesn't.
Totally, yeah. Like she just says, "I'll murder you, but not right now," and then just fucks off.
Yeah, even though all of her problems would have been solved had she murdered all of them on the spot. There was no reason for her not to murder them all on the spot.
Yeah, well, so.
Oh man. It's really stupid when characters who don't already have a pre-established "I'm just doing it for the fight" personalities just don't kill the people that they're trying to kill.
Obviously, they've got a newfound respect for these people that they just met.
She does not.
No,
everything about her character is not that.
You're right. She's just a Chunibyo. What else is there?
I don't really think. Oh, Tendo fought in a Shokugeki with.
Oh yeah, how can we forget the best episodes? The Dark Chef battle.
Oh man, it literally starts off with like they're giving us an ancient folklore lesson on this fucking dark knife, and Tendo's like, Tendo stumbles upon this guy who's like running around with
dying in the road,
and he just gives Tendo the knife, and then we meet this chef who, like when he cooks food, he says he manipulates people's emotions, and so he just makes food however he wants, and is like running places that are out of business, whether or not he works for them. And then he shows up to the cafe after having after having met Tendo. And when they look, they see that the dark knife is shooting off evil energy when he walks in the door.
And he goes, "You have the dark knife." So he holds out his hand, and it force flies into his hand. And the thing about the dark knife is that it's still stuck in its sheath or whatever. So he starts pulling it out of the sheath, and a thunderstorm starts blowing in.
Oh man! And then him and Tendo get into a cooking duel. Tendo loses.
Tendo actually losses in cooking. His forte.
Then the guy goes around challenging restaurants. Then the restaurant owners get their master Gia to help them. And then he loses the cooking duel. And this is when they start doing the shenanigans with Kakami's dad. Being dressed up in the fancy suit and the not like flying with not invisible wires and stuff. Oh man! At the end of every cooking duel where Kagami's dad shows up, results in him eating the food, saying, "Oh man, this is delicious as shit," and then he flies off.
Literally. Flies off.
My planet needs me, and then straight up.
Ballerina tippy toes everywhere. Like, oh my god.
And then Tendo goes, or Gia tells Tendo about
his brother, his twin brother.
Yeah, his twin brother, who's an actual cooking master. Tendo goes there. Learns the secret to cooking, and then comes back.
This dish towel. So Tendo starts trying to combine it with food, and he's just and every single dish, without even trying it, the brother just throws it off to the side and tells him it's inedible, it's terrible, it's awful. So Tendo is just God, what do I do here? And then he's wiping some sweat off of his forehead with a dish towel.
No, he's wiping some sauce off of his face.
Or whatever, yeah. So then he was just so then the next time he goes up to the brother, instead of handing him a fancy dish with stuff on it, he just throws the dish towel in front of it. And in my mind, and then out loud I go, "Eat it." So just tell him to eat it. But no, Tendo...
just eat it.
Yeah, but no, what it is Tendo's telling him, "I'm not going to cook the dish towel because there are things in this world that have a purpose, and the dish towels is not to be food." And then the cooking master goes, "Yes, you've learned the true art of cooking, that everything just has its own purpose."
And then he goes to challenge the... Or he gets the white knife.
Yes, he gets the white knife to combat the black knife. You know what we also glossed over? Tadakuro being a fucking udon yakuza.
Tadakuro apparently was in the yakuza, and one of his younger brothers joined or became an udon. Oh man, just became an udon chef, and then Tadakuro became a master of udon.
Yeah, it was hilarious because the dark chef guy rolls into the brother's shop, or to
Oh wait, but by the way, that the guy who calls Tadakuro Aniki, I think that actually is his little brother, because when Tadakuro shows up to the duel with the udon, he pulls out his family knife.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I see.
So there's this terrible thing going on. Do we even bother hiding it?
I don't know. Let's wait until the review.
Let's wait until they do the actual review.
Yeah, but
it's the dark. It's really dark when you think about it longer than not at all.
Yeah, when you start going back over it, it's like, wow, holy fucking shit. But Tadakuro, in order to fight the dark, because Tendo re-challenges the dark chef, but he's not there yet because he hasn't gotten back from his hell training in the mountains. Tadakuro is there, and he goes, "I'm going to use my family's knife that hasn't been used for 300 years. And then he opens it up, And because it hasn't been used for 300 years, it also hasn't been maintained for 300 years, so it's all rusty. So he starts, like, shaving off the rust and all that stuff.
And then he goes, "It's finally done!" And then Tendo shows up, and he goes, "Hey."
With the white knife. And then, as they're about to start, Tadakoro goes, "Here, use this knife." And then Tendo goes, "I would be honored." Because then in his mind, he goes, "It's not about the cooking utensils. Cooking is entirely up to the chef making the food." And then he makes food that goes beyond heavenly.
Yeah, and it's... The secret ingredient was leaving it outside for a bit and then bringing it back in.
Sprinkling it with the seasoning of the spring breeze.
Like I said, leaving it outside for a bit and then bringing it back in.
Allowing it to acquire a worldly flavor from wind blown across the river.
See, the problem I have is that there's in this cooking battle there's no jazz, there's no rock guitars, there's no boxing, there's no stand fights,
there's no unlimited blade works.
Oh man, dude, the unlimited blade works one just made me lose my mind.
Everything here is a marker to each dish I've ever served.
Oh man, it's so good.
Every dish I've ever served is marked by a fork in the ground.
Oh no, he literally just has a bunch of like Unlimited Blade Works is literally a bunch of knives sticking in the ground, and he is actually they're actually literally show him fighting the guy with the knives. And the guy's like, "You can't beat me in my road fight skill." He goes, "It doesn't matter because every knife that breaks, I just pull out another one."
He does the Shiro.
Oh,
he
man.
does. Oh,
God, it's so good.
Oh, I'm so upset that I know about that. Not because I think it's dumb, but because Unlimited Blade Works is one of my favorite things ever. And it's like, how am I not reading Shokugeki no Soma? I'm just not.
It's a travesty in this world that you're not.
It's a travesty that I haven't watched the anime or read the manga.
Oh man.
There's not much else.
That's pretty much it. We went over everything that's Tsurugi's had the most character development. Kagami had second most. Everybody else is a cardboard cutout.
No, Tendo is not a cardboard cutout. Tendo is a monolith within the show's universe.
Fine then, he's one of those little clothing store models that you can actually put clothes on.
You mean a mannequin?
Yeah, he's a mannequin.
He's a perfectly sculpted Greek statue mannequin. It doesn't change the fact that out of this entire cast, only 3 of the people are real. Tendo is beyond real. He's too powerful to be real. That's it. That's the problem. Did we actually go about Tendo acquiring the Hypersector and the power to travel through time?
He literally pulls it from the future. They explode the one in their timeline, and he gets one from another timeline.
Yep. Mostly because beforehand Tendo set it up so there's a stable time loop. So how it works is because Tendo in the future with the Hypersector goes back in time to show himself in front of past Tendo, or present Tendo, as, whatever. However you want to view it relatively. Because he did that, Tendo now knows that in the future he will acquire the Hypersector and gain the ability to travel through time. Thus, in terms of causality, he must be able to do that in order to keep reality from breaking apart. So when they blow up the Hypersector has to transcend time to give itself to Tendo, so Tendo doesn't die, so that he can live on to the future where he acquires the ability to freely travel through time, so he can go back in time and appear in front of his past self.
My favorite part is when they asked Tendo about how he knew about it, he said, "I guessed." Oh,
I trust me, I know how time travel works. That is the exact true explanation for everything I just said.
So it still doesn't change the fact that it's like, how? And he goes, "I guessed."
I took a lucky guess.
Oh,
and then he gets his hyperclock up form, and it's pretty cool.
It's just bulkier Kabuto that opens up a tiny bit when he clocks up,
and it's got wings. Sometimes,
yeah,
it's got energy wings, I should say, that jet him forward.
Don't you mean propel him backwards in time?
Yes, both. It does both.
Oh man. And like he has access to hyperclock up, which just lets him move clock up speed
even further beyond the clock up speed.
Yeah, but Dio Brando Worm ain't give shits to that.
Yeah, but we're not at Dio Brando Worm just yet.
He needs to hurry up and show up.
Time only moves for me.
That's the marker that the show's getting close to ending.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of markers that the show's gonna get close to ending, and oh boy, are they sure something already.
One of them's even further in the future than we thought it was.
This summer, Godspeed Love will be #1 in theaters. It wasn't.
It was not. It was still up there. It was in top 10.
Top 10. That's not bad for a Toku show or for a Toku movie.
Oh no, I looked at it for multiple years. There's always a Toku movie in those top 10s.
Oh, okay. Tokusatsu is super popular in Japan.
Yeah.
Super duper popular. That's why it's been going on for like 100 years.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much else to say about these episodes.
Yeah, like as much as I love Kabuto, there's not just much to talk about. It's pretty just doing its thing. It's still enjoyable for me to watch. I still love it. Its absurdity is endearing on many levels to me. I know Alan is suffering though.
I'm not. I'll only truly suffer when my favorite character dies.
Shh. No spoilers, my guy. on this 10-year-old anime, 10-year-old television series, 10-year-old anime.
No, this isn't an anime. Q-Rager's an anime.
It's like spoiling Kamina dies. It's been 10 years, Alan. It's been 10 years since Gurren Lagann.
By the way,
you know how old I felt.
By the way, when you had asked, I got reminded of that thing that you told me. It was like, how many times do we have to watch Maze Hughes Dies? Somebody has a cosplay of Maze Hughes, complete with the phone booth, and he's just
how many times for how many years must I watch Maze Hughes die? Literally, I've been there from the beginning. I've watched Maze Hughes die in every adaptation. I didn't even watch the live-action Fullmetal Alchemist movie. I just watched that scene.
You told me you weren't gonna watch it, too. And then you're just, I went and watched that scene specifically, the one where he dies.
Well,
one that I was trying to avoid.
It's not about avoiding it. It's about adding it to my collection. Like, I can't. I'm collecting the scenes in which Maze Hughes dies in Full Metal Alchemist. The only time Maze Hughes has not died is that time he was a Nazi in another dimension. Do you remember
that? We're done with commentary. We're gonna later, guys.
See you next time.